welcome to Watch It Subscription Box It. Today I am going to be opening my second asset drop. This is for May 2018, if that matters, and I just want to see what's in this box and show you guys in case you don't know. If you don't know what asset drop is, it's a subscription-based service similar to Loot Crate, but for sort of miniature paint-related things. This is the core supplies discovery. This is a bunch of paints that we might not have heard of, never seen before, might be interested in, find out about some companies, paints, and they also provide some tutorials on how to use the paints they give you in the box, which is kind of cool. It's like a written tutorial for us all. I'll leave in a link in the description below to the first one I did. I explained it a little bit more, just in case you don't know what subscription boxes are. So let's begin. Let's have a look. First thing I noticed is you get this piece of paper with it this time. It just bit of advertisement really, but it tells you about the heroines, which I think I mentioned before. This is the discovery, and now they've added monsters since the last time I did this. There's a third box to choose from. Then on the back explains what you get in all of them, and then it says as seen in, and it's a bunch of miniature channels on YouTube and stuff, and I'm not there. That's pretty devastating. But anyway, just a bit of fluff for you. And then what I also noticed is this acid drop looks like it was acid dropped kicked all the way to my house. I assume that was the postman that did that, but hopefully no damage. But we'll get to test out the sort of packaging inside here. So without further ado, just a warning: this will be spoilers. If you're getting this service and you haven't received May's box, don't watch this unless you want to see what's in it before you get it. Here we go. Ah, very nice. I always like this bit of black tissue paper. Oh, how do I get this to stay open? Let's hook it around there and let's begin. So you get the book, the asset drop, guide, May 18, as I mentioned. It's quite thick. I'm going to sort of skim through it. I'll have a look in a minute, but I like to not have a clue what it is, so I don't like spoilers. So I'll just put that to one side. Oh, a little thank you sticker now, an asset drop thank you sticker. That's very cool. Little finishing touch. Although it is going to rip this tissue paper, which obviously I was going to reuse for all the Christmas presents this year because I'm that tight. So look, ooh, where to begin? Begin? We have some sweeties. Benson, oh, but then Maum. I like these. I'll give one to Benson. We'll give him one sweetie. And then we've got, this is a little bit of a foam paintbrush, isn't it? So that's for blending, making things smooth. We'll be able to find out in the instructions in a moment. Let's carry on. I think if I recall the last time I did this, I very quickly had to read the instructions because you don't know what they're for if you're me. Wow, yay, loads of different reds. That was weird. I've just painted the feral dragon from Zombicide and I was thinking, I wish I had some more shades of red, and now I do. So we've got, these are Instar Vintage. I guess that's the brand. Although it doesn't say vintage on them all, some it just says Instar. And they've got a Twitter. Anyway, these are matte paints. Yeah, 4 matte paints. Racing Red, Burnt Red, and then IV7 and IV1. I don't know what they are, but a bunch of reds. So no doubt there's going to be a red-based tutorial in there. I wonder what we're going to be painting. Something interesting, no doubt. Then we have... Oh, it's going to tip it over backwards, so we'll start with... These are heavy bottles. These are big bottles. Why are these so large? What's going on here? Look at this. Is that the separation in the pigment? So these... Oh, these might be for airbrushes. I haven't got an airbrush. But weirdly, I was looking at airbrushes 2 days ago because I feel like I would like one for being able to prime stuff. So this is transparent dust and transparent light rust. I guess you can use paints with a brush even if they are airbrush paints, right? But we'll find out. We'll see what those are in the guide in a minute. And then as a third set, so they're quite cool that they group them together. These have got little rubber bands around them. I mean, it's pretty obvious because they're by the same company, same brands. These are Italeri acrylic paints, grey, full flat gold. That's a hard thing to say. Flat gold grey. Then we've got, I don't know, a different grey. Doesn't even say on it. Where does it say? Is this just one of these numbers along the bottom? Who knows? And then the other one is a flat medium grey. So a bunch of greys there. So as I said, they give you like a set. So these are obviously going to work well and complement well together. So we'll find out in the tutorial what those are for. Whoa, and this is a lot of sawdust that just all went on the floor. And that's it in the box. So I'll just pause it a minute while I flick through this book and find out what would be exciting to tell you about. Back in a sec. Right, I am back. I have read through the guide. Very, very informative. Pretty interesting, actually. I'm surprised. Well, it's quite big. I'm surprised how much content they get in still. So you start off with a little note from Andy, the creator of Asset Drop, the founder of Asset Drop, as it says here. He's just telling you he's revamping his website a little bit, making it a bit more community driven. It's quite interesting. They've got competitions on their site, which I didn't know about. Not that I have that much time to enter all the competitions in the world, but you know, it's a little bit of fun, isn't it? So something to bear in mind if you're on the verge of contemplating getting some sort of subscription-based service. And then it does explain the paints as well, so it tells you a little bit about Italeri. It doesn't tell you how to pronounce it. Italeri, probably. Gives you the RRP, pretty good, so you can sort of on the fly quickly work out the value or perceived value of the box. But I think a lot of the value, if you already have subscription services, you know this, that a lot of the value is just in the magic, you know, getting a box each month. You don't know what it is. It's exciting. It's like Christmas every month, a little bit of Christmas. No snow. They should put snow in the packaging. That would be a useful little add-on, I think. Anyway, and if you don't have a subscription box, that's mainly, I think, one of the big draws to this. You get to find out. To me, it's not so much the value. It's finding out about brands I've never heard of. So I've never heard of these two. I've seen mission models before, but I don't own any. I didn't own a sponge brush, so that's something I'd never even considered buying. So it brings brands to your attention. And then the other thing is just a surprise. It's just exciting. Like this sat on my desk all yesterday while I was at work. I'm like, I want to open it, and open it this morning. So tells you a little bit about Italeri, tells you a little bit about mission model. So I do believe this is airbrush compatible, but you can use it without that. And these are both weathering paints, so you get to rust them and dust them. So I haven't got any dust. And I have rust. I've got Citadel's rust, which is okay. You know, if you've seen me use that in the videos, I'm not amazed by it. It certainly does a good job, but it could be beaten. So I'd be excited to find out a little bit more about that. And then it tells you about Instars. So this is a family-run business in the UK. It's new. These paints are ridiculously cheap. These are £1.50, so it's like a couple of dollars. So they're incredibly cheap. Not seen them before. They've also got the like safety lid, so that doesn't come off. So if you've got, I don't know what this is for. I'm assuming it's like quite good with small kids. You have to push it down and twist it off. So just a little bit of safety. Like Sophie's not going to be able to open that accidentally. So that's beneficial. It also tells you in the book, this is probably going to get paint everywhere, but they've got these really thin, look, it comes out straight away, thin nibs, so they're like quite precision. Ooh, that's a nice red. Now it's all over my hand, and now it's going to go all over everything as I carry on doing this. So that's quite cool. New brand of paints for that. So what else do we find out about? And then you get the sponge brush. It tells you a bit about that, and it's going to be used in one of the tutorials. Then the book goes on to their techniques and a couple of tutorials. So the first one's painting concrete. This suggests using that Italeri range, which gives, you know, some greys and a white or a light. So I'm guessing this is the base coat, the undercoat, the first layer of colouring, and then the very highlights. But, you know, that's what the book's for. It tells you, it explains a bit about the company, tells you about undershading. There you go. So I'm guessing you're going to use the dark grey on the bottom and then start lightening it up as you move up to the top layers. Now, I would love to do a tutorial for this, but I don't actually have any bases. Like, I have no concrete bases. I can paint a flat black base as concrete. That'll just look like a grey base though, right? Like, ugh. I need to get some bases. I've been looking at them for a while and just need to pick some up. But whoa, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 6 pages of tutorial on this, so it goes into pretty deep informative information. Yeah, you heard me. I think that's pretty good. So if you've got concrete bases, some techniques on that, and I just don't think I've got any at all. I can't think of any. If somebody let me know in the comments below if Fire Team Zero has any. I think that's the only one I can think of that I might have some. Otherwise, I probably can't do that technique for you. I'd like to make a video technique. And then they do a second tutorial. This one is painting red cloaks. So that's why they've given you these 4 reds. I guess they complement each other, and it goes on to explain how to use them to create highlights and shadows using them. So it goes through explaining the base layers, the first shadow layer, the second shadow layer, the darkest shadow layer they call it, and then the highlights, so the final edge highlighting, I'm guessing that is. So this is quite different to how I paint red. This is bad timing. I've just finished that feral dragon, which was all red, so this could have been a nice technique for that. But I'm pretty sure I will be able to find a model to do this for you guys. If you'd like to see, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you can think of a model in especially Zombicide or any games that you see me paint that has a red cloak to do like this, it's pretty different to how I normally do it, isn't it? I just normally use a red wash. It'd be interesting, especially if there's two models. If anyone can think of where there's two, I could maybe do them in the same video, show you the two techniques and how they come out differently. I think this will probably look a lot cleaner, a lot smoother transition, less poppy, less contrasty, but really good if you were in a competition or picking up a model up really, really close and wanting it close to look at. That's it, guys. That is everything in May 2018 asset drop. Pretty good, pretty happy with that. Looking forward to having 4 reds that complement each other, trying out these weathering brushes, and maybe one day I'll get a base that I can paint with concrete, but dark grey, something to replace Necromancer Cloak. That'd be nice, and that looks like Filthy Suit. So I've got 2 large pots of those. That's it. Thank you all very much for watching.